What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Secret level was extremely hit or miss for me. I liked the Armored Core one with Keanu Reeves, and I liked the Warhammer one, and every other one was just sort of forgettable to different degrees. We could have had some absolute greatness, and that is, of course, and I don't know why. Well, of course I know how and why, because it's modern times. Why would we have anything good like this? The Doomslayer himself and Master Chief could have been together in a team up. Instead, we got what we got. Before we get to that, I will just say that this episode, Playtime, is the one that got my co-host Nerd Wars to put a moratorium on Black women in as protagonists. I do apologize, but you should blame this episode. And then, of course, we saw the famous Concord episode come out and be just as horrible as we thought. But this would have been a good one, and that is, of course, Doomslayer and Master Chief together. So, Secret Level, made by Tim Miller and Dave Wilson. Apparently, they had a couple ideas that didn't go through, all of them going off of the rule of cool. And so you can see here, yeah, most of those did have the DEI checkbox was paid. Thankfully, Warhammer came out really good, and a couple of the other ones. But the one episode, the playtime, of course, where things like the Helldivers didn't even shoot anyone. The very short Mega Man, which could have been longer phrasing. According to Collider, the showrunners, Tim Miller and Dave Wilson, were talking to them about Secret Level, and they mention approaching a Halo and Doom intellectually property owner, Microsoft, with the idea of putting them together. So crazy it might work. An episode of the show dedicated to a hypothetical team up featuring Master Chief Petty Officer John 117 and the titular Doomslayer Rip and Tear. God damn, that would have been great. Yeah, as they say here, imagine the cybernetically enhanced Spartan 2 that puts the fear of God into an entire race of technologically advanced aliens tag teaming against the legions of hell with the man they call the Doomslayer, whose entire life motto can be summed up as a "you are huge, that means you must have huge guts, rip and tear." And then, yeah, unfortunately, the incredibly cool and potentially legendary concept never made it past the pitch. When asked by Collider whether there were any companies they approached with an episode that turned down, here's what they said. So, the creative director at id Software is a good friend of ours, and so are folks at Microsoft. So we made a big plea because one of the things both Tim and I would love to do is something that isn't currently available in the games, like crossovers. We wanted to make a Master Chief Doomslayer crossover. I would have been fine with just an individual episode with either of those characters, but I guess that's neither here nor there. And I spent a whole weekend crafting this impassioned letter of my childhood, and it's exactly what Tim said. They were like, nah. Oh, that is so fucking clueless. And yeah, obviously no stranger to being clueless about the countless gold mines they have. They let that horrible Halo show go out, which was not representative or indicative of anything actual Halo. And then, of course, Halo Infinite, when that came out, launched with no co-op. You never actually found the UNSC. It ended basically on a cliffhanger with more DLC promised. And then let's not even talk about the bare bones multiplayer. No Forge, no firefight, nothing. And then, of course, they're over there busy with Marathon and Avowed. Of course, they're going through Obsidian, but that is still Microsoft. And yeah, we've seen what's going on over there. They're dealing with the Matt Hansons and more. And in its acquisition, rather, of Bethesda, Microsoft gained the libraries of Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Doom, and all of those are getting. We've got Doom coming out with the Medieval, and Elder Scrolls eventually will get another one, and Fallout is getting its next game. Where's the Halos? Where's the more? And where's the whatever you get with it? This would have been prime for a crossover. Would have been prime for anything, but they are too busy with their Avowed and their other thing, their marathon game that no one gives a shit about, instead of focusing on the things that made them famous, which is Halo, which is, I mean, thankfully, like I said, Fallout is getting some love right now. Yet to hear about Elder Scrolls, and then Doom, we're getting Medieval. But oh well, I hope you enjoyed your secret level with Concord and all the other things, because yeah, just a sign of things to come. But hey, maybe they'll realize where their bread is buttered in the future. Until then, let me know what you think about all this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you.
Well,